Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eric. Thank you so much. I've been talking. I've been hyped up. I've been ready to go. A lot of stuff happened today. A lot of big things. So epic fail, but that's all right. We will continue. Let's get this fixed. So I said hello, Hair Orchid. Howdy everybody. Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you, Howdy. Thank you guys for letting me know what's going on. So yes, a lot of crazy things happened for AMC today and GameStop, especially for GameStop. Holy smokes! I'm sure you guys saw that crazy volume. Let's start at the charts today. I think that'll probably be a good place to start, right? So let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, so let's start with GameStop. Wow, is all I'll say. It was a wild ride today. Let's look at the 1 day. Man, this was absolutely insane. This was completely just crazy. It was unnatural what happened today, and this is I don't know. Here's the deal. People talk about market manipulation, and it's sometimes you're a little skeptical about it, skeptical about what's going on, but this is not natural. This isn't a natural thing. It's very strange. Like, all of this is strange. From 348.50 just plummeted. I mean, just dropped like a sack of potatoes down to 172. That guys, are you kidding me? And it just recovered, like, it partially recovered, and it just traded sideways. This stock I was watching lines of support here. Let me take off this VWAP for a sec. So take a look. I mean, insane. I think AMC is probably, let's clear the whole board. I think AMC is probably a perfect example of what happened. Okay, so let's take a look, and taking a look at it was pretty much the same time. Let me see if it'll show it on the. Yeah, you can see it here. What's cool about Webull, it's so cool, is it'll show it at the exact same time. So if I move this here, it'll also move the AMC chart to be exactly the same. So yes, it's basically exactly the same time. Same thing happened. So here's what this chart is essentially telling us, and I want this to be to just show you my thought process, and it's not a crazy one. I'm not looking at anything crazy. I don't have any crazy insider information. I think it's important to look and tell me if this thought process is logical. We're trading sideways, right? And there's no problem with trading. I'll trade sideways all day. That's just, for me, that's just consolidation. We're waiting for a news catalyst. We're waiting for something to happen. So you're telling me that all these people in AMC who have been holding are trading sideways. We had a little run, small run from like 1150 to 1220. Small little run. And that was over the course of, I don't know, an hour, let's say. So you're telling me everything's cool. We're trading sideways, not even at the high for the day. And all of these people decided, hey, you know what? I'm done with AMC. I'm just going to sell, and I don't care anymore. And that's it. You're telling me all these people did that? There's no way. There's no way that all these people decided, I'm just going to sell. I'm over AMC for today after we've been holding for months. Like, what? No. Here's what I'm sure they wanted to happen. And it's even more apparent with GameStop. In my opinion, what they try to do, them of course being like hedge funds and shorts, they decided, okay, well we're gonna mess with these guys. We're gonna see who has paper hands and who's gonna do this. Guys, if you watched my video from yesterday, that I just asked everyone to spread, because it was so important for everyone to see that video, and it was literally talking about exactly this. I told you that this was going to happen, and it happened. Now, I really didn't think it was. I didn't think it was going to be for today, and I'll tell you why. Because earnings is coming up, and earnings. A lot of people are excited for earnings because we knew that there were such low expectations that if they did anything remotely decent, that it was gonna be great for the stock, and. So I didn't think that they would do that. Now, GameStop makes a little more sense why they would do this, but AMC is very confusing why they would do this. It doesn't make any sense. But look, just dropped. And what they hoped for were for people to get scared and sell their positions. And I'm sure a lot of people did get scared and sell their positions. They were oversold right here, which is why it bounced. Oversold. And so let's look at AMC. I mean, and AMC is even worse. GameStop, I mean, here's the deal. You could say, okay, maybe some people were hoping for a little run, and then they wanted to get their gains and get out. Sure. They're up, oh my gosh, like 500 or 600% or something from $50. So I could kind of see people selling off, at around the $350 mark, just to take their gains, And while that is not, what a lot of GameStop people were planning on, I could understand that. They're going up. They met their goal. I mean, they had a huge day. What were they up? 265 to 348. That's insane. That's a huge day. So I could understand that. But here's where they messed up. Trading sideways and all these people are randomly going to sell. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents. Let's see what you guys are saying. The short volume ratio today was insane. Actually, we're going to take a look at the short volume in just a second. So stay tuned. We'll take a look at that. What's for dinner? I had some Cheesecake Factory, and it was dang delicious. I like those macaroni balls. It was pretty good. Right, Angelo, great point. I did not think about that. They triggered the trailing stops. So that's a good point, People, and this is an important point. What people, and I actually had a comment about this the other day. And somebody was asking about how are they saying, GameStop 1,000 or AMC 1,000? How is that even possible? Yes, it is. They need to cover their positions. And in a perfect world, let me give you a super extreme, and this is why the VW squeeze was so effective, because it was two entities, and they said, and I'm sure they spoke with each other, and they probably came to some kind of understanding where they said, hey, we're just going to hold. Obviously it was a little more because there were retail investors also in the companies, but in the company. But what's important to know is the power in the numbers, the strength in their numbers. They were able to hold the entire time because it was two people. So theoretically, if no one ever sold at all until let's change the number. Let's say 15. And if no one ever sold at all, and for let's say there was an EMP blast and everybody's phone was down, no one could get to a computer, no one could trade, and these shorts are having to buy. They're having to cover. If there's nothing to buy, then they will have to buy at whatever your sell limits are. So you know how they're saying set your sell limit to 1,000? That's why they're saying that, because if your sell limit is at 1,000 and they're buying all these shares and it's running up, then your sell limit will be triggered whenever it reaches 1,000, and that's how it works. Okay, so just to be crystal clear on how that works, that's why people are saying these numbers. And as long as you continue to hold, they can't do it. Okay, so extremely important to know. That's why they say set your sell limits at 1,000, because it'll just run up and then you'll probably get out first, honestly, if it just skyrockets like that. Look, and actually this is important. Look at these jumps. The stock was halted several times. Just look, it just gapped all the way down and then gapped up. Like these are big gaps too. Just huge gap ups. It was insane. I had this on the side and I was looking at it and it was frozen. I was like, oh my gosh. I was talking to my coworkers about it because we like stocks over there, and I was like, guys, this thing, it's like halted. I said, I couldn't believe it. I was in disbelief. I was in absolute disbelief. Right. So a trap. Let me pull up. It's a bull trap. There was a good one. I don't know where it went. Kind of like that. So I'm trying to find a good. There was a good image here somewhere. Like this. Here we go. It could have been a bull trap. And now, there, and it could have been them. We don't know what's happening. We can speculate what they're doing all day, but to give it a definitive answer would be, tricky. So take a look. Well, for all we know, they could have been, and it looks like this might have happened. They did cover some of their positions, which drove the price up. But then they could have just shorted the stock and done their, whether it's high frequency trading, with the short ladder attacks. I can't really speculate as to exactly what they did, but it's important to recognize that this is too familiar. You know what I mean? So they could have wanted to go up, and then they try to scare us, and that would make sense if you take a look at this chart. It was going up, especially GameStop. It was going up, and look, can you imagine seeing this? This is what somebody saw at some point in the day. They saw this, and you know what? If I bought in at 200 or 150, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like the squeeze is over, all the money's going down, then I could 100% see somebody selling here or triggering their trailing stop loss, which is a good point. So it's some weird stuff. This is not natural movement. I mean, at all. What may have been natural is if it retraced, maybe down to 315. I mean, a bad retracement, maybe down to $300. But for it to go from 348 down to 172, no. If it now another thing, let's say it ran up and then down. Let's say we had a huge, let's say, it went from down here and then up. Let me see if I'm going to use these trend lines to draw. Now, if it went like this, if it, ignore this over here. Imagine if it went from down here, it went up, and then down in the course of, an hour or a few hours, like a pump and dump or something. That would make more sense than what happened here. So just to drive it home, this is clear. In my opinion, it's clear market manipulation. I mean, I watched, who was I watching? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. The Uncle guy who covers GameStop, because I was working. I wanted to go live so badly. You guys have no idea. But unfortunately, I was working, so I couldn't. And I was watching him in he was a trader for a long time, and he agreed. I was like, guys, this is crazy. I wanted to get somebody else's opinion, so I started watching him, and he completely agreed. It's crazy what happened. It's not natural. It's not normal. He says, if this isn't market manipulation, I don't know what is. And unfortunately, I don't know if the SEC doesn't know, if there's nothing they can do, if they're working with the hedge fund, who knows what's going on. And it's hard. So it was hard. You know what though? Look, through all of this, everyone held, and while we didn't have a crazy update, look, we're still at, in the after hours, $10.48 is where we ended, and we're gonna be okay. Look, we had a nice recovery in these after hours. Okay, even in the after hours, look, $10.90. So we're okay. It's gonna be okay. You just have to stay true to your convictions. It's so important that you're staying true to your convictions. Okay, so important. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. Yeah, so let's take a look at the short shares around here. Uncle Bruce, thank you so much, Vic. Uncle Bruce, yes, thank you, Johnson. Hey, Sky, thank you for sharing that, guys. It was, and I know, I don't know, it sounds kind of cheesy to say like share my video, but I guess trades. I'm sure he talks about it all the time, trades, but it's so important for people to know that they're going to try to do this. And now again, do we think this is the last time they're going to try this? Absolutely not. Like I said in my video, guys, they're hey, what's up, Carl? Their backs are against the wall. Their backs are against the wall. They are scared. They're worried they're going to lose the money, and they know they're going to lose. I mean, they know they're going to lose. So they're going to do anything that they can to get out and to either mess us up, get out, whatever they're going to try to do. They're going to pull out all the stops. So we need to be ready because there are a lot of things in our favor that are coming up. So David says, what if they are covering? That's actually a good point. We're going to get into those numbers right now. Let me just get caught up with the chat. So everybody's mentioned these 450 million outstanding shares. I guess that'll be in the, and it should only be. Okay, so these exactly, Pete. So David is saying, do you know anything about the 450 million outstanding shares, and it should only be 287 million? Yes, this is the naked shorting that we're talking about. Those naked shares. These are illegal, essentially counterfeit shares that they're talking about. Okay, now I don't know. So let's take a look. So there's a lot going on here. So let's break it all down. Naked shorting. Naked selling. Yeah, here we go. Naked shorting. So essentially, I guess I'll just break it down. Basically what happens is, and I can't really say the exact way this happens, but okay, here we go. Naked shorting is the now illegal practice of selling short shares that have not been affirmatively determined to exist. Okay, so essentially, and there are a few different reasons why this could happen, and it's tricky. For a good way to think about it is, they're giving shares that they don't have. So let's do it if it's a purely innocent, a true mistake. Okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, just to show you kind of how this can work. So let's say we're working at I don't know. Let's say we're selling these shares, right? You want to buy some shares from me, and I say, hey, sure, I'll go ahead and give you these shares, but all the trades are happening so fast that maybe those shares haven't settled yet. You know, maybe we were supposed to get shares from somebody and they had a failure to deliver, or maybe there was something like that. There could be anything like that where we're just giving out shares, and it just and we're never everything moves too fast that we don't have time to count the shares. And so more shares are in the market that actually exists. That's why people are so excited for the quadruple witching, so excited for all these call options expiring in the money. There's that new DTCC rule, which is basically going to cause these people to cover. As long as there are all those outstanding shares that literally don't even exist, we are in a good place. Okay, that is a good thing. That's because they're going to have to buy those shares. They're going to have to. Those shares, they're going to have to cover their positions, because as soon as those shares start to get counted, then they're going to say, you know what, why aren't we paid? You don't have the share. You know what I mean? Like, and they're gonna charge these people. They're gonna have to pay for it, and they're gonna get in trouble. Or they're gonna have to cover it. I don't know if they're gonna get in trouble, but who knows nowadays? But that's what can happen. It's sketchy stuff. It's a lot of sketchy stuff. Let's take a look at Fintel. And we'll take a look at, let me make sure I'm logged in over here. Whoops. Okay, let's look at the AMC short interest. Let me get a sip of water. While I take a sip of water, welcome everybody. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for joining. I love to cover AMC. We're going to cover a few other stocks today, guys. So think about the stocks that you guys want to see. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want to see more content. Okay, short volume ratio. See, a lot of short volume today. Okay, that is not bad. Short shares availability. Okay, look how this went up. So this is in line with a few different possibilities. One, some people did cover. Okay, and that could have been what they did. They wanted to drive the price out so they can cover some shares. Have they covered all of the shares? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And you can see it in the volume. I mean, let's look at AMC again. Where are we at? Let's look at the 1 day. A lot of volume today, 261 million. A lot of volume, okay? But remember, there was what is that stuff called? Earnings today. There's a lot of catalysts that could have caused this. So But again, a lot of volume, and we see that volatility there. But look, they're back up, and now here's what's interesting: the short borrow fee rate is back up, which is kind of in line with why these short shares are back up. So if they did cover some of their positions and they're holding a little bit less, they may be deemed less risky. But guess what? Unless they're going to try another stunt like that, which, you know, I'm surprised they keep trying it, because it's obviously, it works a little bit. So maybe they like covering a little bit of that ground, but it's not going to work. I mean, it's not going to work. These guys are just causing more people to buy on these dips. You know how many people bought during this GameStop dip? I mean, so many people were buying. It was on sale. It was actually on sale. And people just started buying down here. Buying like on the way up. Imagine wishing you would have, it was at 300 this morning. And imagine like, oh, I should have bought it at 200. And then it goes to $200. You know, and you see it drop this hard to 200. I'm sure a lot of people scoop that up because they're that FOMO. They were like, "Oh, this is a good opportunity for me." So, and that's what I would anticipate is going to happen with AMC. I'm very excited for a lot of this stuff. So this stuff, I know it doesn't look as good as it did whenever it was up here, you know, at 12% for those past few days. Has been going down a little bit, but this number is going to continue to go up as the days continue, and that number is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I said, I hate giving dates, but that quadruple witching, I think is going to have a lot of effect. Yes, Angela just mentioned it. Yes, absolutely. Palmer said it too. A lot of stuff. It could really hit a lot. Pete says, yes, exactly. Pete, synthetic shares, exactly. So AMC counting their shares. I haven't seen anything saying that AMC is going to count their shares. If anyone has an article or know where I can find that, I'd love to see it, because I haven't really seen, and I guess that's in line with the quadruple witching, though. I guess they have to start counting their shares or something like that. So this could be part of it. I mean, I'm sure today was scary, especially if you hold GameStop and it dropped like that. And you know, it's obviously not so great to see it for AMC drop down to $9. But you know what this tells me? This tells me these guys are freaking out. They're doing anything to survive. Anything. And if it costs them millions and millions of dollars to do this, because doing this kind of stuff, from my understanding, is not cheap, they're gonna try it. They're gonna try whatever they can. And at the end of the day, unfortunately for them, I guess, unfortunately for us, but unfortunately for them, it's just not gonna work the way they hoped it would. So sorry about it. Pete says Robinhood and Webull can sell your bought shares. It's in their fine print. I'd be curious to see exactly what you mean by their bought shares, or your bought shares, just because I don't know. There's something about them selling your you know, the shares that you own seems a little weird. Now you have a margin call or something like that. Yes, they will, and they'll tell you. When I was on Robinhood, they'll tell you. I traded on margin for a little bit just because I was so confident in that the stocks that I was trading in was going to go up, and they did. But sometimes they did go down, and I had a margin call, and essentially all you have to do for the margin call, or at least in my account, is just deposit just to cover your risk or whatever the stock went down by. So like usually I would have to deposit, I mean, less than $100 most of the time, because they wouldn't really completely drop, but you know, typically they wouldn't liquidate your account unless that happened. Let's take a look. AMC announcement. Yes. Guys, I was so mad. I tried to get in the call. I tried to get in the call, like just to listen to the earnings and like have great notes. I was like ready. I had my notepad on my computer ready to go, and I couldn't get in the call. It was at max capacity. What sucks is I was in there like an hour before. I was just waiting, and then And then I guess whenever it loaded, it just said it was at maximum capacity. I don't know how anybody's supposed to get in there. But I am here because sometimes what they'll do is they'll post, if we go to like investors or something, they'll post their news. And usually they'll, who just did it? Somebody just posted Sensionics. They posted highlights on their actual website. And I'm wondering if I'll be able to find something like that on their site. But if not, I could just probably Google it. And if anyone has a resource that has kind of their highlights, I'd love to... Oh, it looks like they have their conference call. Whoops. Results. Let's see if there's anything good here. Results. Which have been posted. Are these their results? Fourth quarter earnings. Boy, oh boy. Okay, here we go. I mean, and here's the deal. Remember, guys, we know that this is going to be pretty terrible. So anything higher than 0 is well, we know they're going to be less than 0 because they're negative profits. I'm sure right now they've been blowing through a lot of money. Okay, they do have the net loss, so huge. So huge. But again, very anticipated. We knew exactly what was going to happen. I'm trying to see if there's any big points here. Reopening update. So open all 13th of its New York theaters on March 5th. So that's great. So some good stuff here. Oh, man, I'll have to go through this and really see if I can find anything super useful, super helpful. But yeah, if anyone has like a news article or knows where I can find a news article with a good little synopsis, that'd be perfect. Let me see what else is going on in this chat. Oh, okay. It looks like Pete listened to the whole call. I don't know how you got in that call, Pete. I tried, and I was so sad when I couldn't get in. Yes, Brian has a great point. Brian has an absolutely great point. Hedges used ETFs to bring both AMC and GME down at the same time. Look at the charts and the times. Yes. So that is something that we've learned that they can do. Remember, these guys have been doing it for decades. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a long time. They know all the tricks inside and out, okay? And the only way to combat them and to not let all of their tricks work is to literally buy and hold. You can literally you can fight this hedge fund individually is if you buy and hold, okay? That's all you need to do. It's so important to just do that. So important. And then none of their tricks will work. Their tricks will actually probably get them in more trouble and have to pay more, probably. I mean, these guys. These silly people, man. So silly. Angel, I'm trying to look for that news, my friend. Let me see if there's any AMC news. I tried to Google it too. I was like Googling what was I trying to Google here? Revenue estimates. See, it just says better days ahead, but nothing really to really help me out here. How many shares are they short? I'll go to Fintel for you really quick, David. So they're around the short share availability is here, and then the short volume is pretty high today. Sky, yeah, that's a good point. You know, talking about the Amazon AMC merger. Trace Trades has an interesting theory where he's talking about what are they called? I wonder if there are any new filings while I do this. So he said that a lot of the investors that invested in Amazon, they also invested in AMC either around the same time or there was the same kind of people. And he kind of thinks that that's a good sign, a very good sign. Let me see if there's any news on it. What is this called? Buyout. Oh. Any news? Yeah, no, I'm not seeing any recent news on that, but if that happens, man, that could be pretty cool. That would be, I mean, talk about a payout at that point, honestly. It's like really. Short volume used today. Just go Martin, Rule 204. So let's see. Eric says Rule 204 gives them 35 days to close out their short positions. That's the maximum amount of time they have. So, okay, actually, Eric, it seems like you might be a little versed in this. So let me ask you this: what if they don't close out in that time frame? What if they don't close out? Because we already know we have the failure to delivers. And when they have the failure to deliver, they're not meeting their obligations. In the buyer's case, it means they not have the cash. In the case of the sellers, they mean they don't have the goods, aka the stocks. They don't have the stocks. This is where those counterfeit shares they can't. And this is something interesting because even from my understanding, even options, technically they can write out as many options as they want, and that would just continue. That would continue this. It's a mess. Like what can happen? It just continues and continues. It doesn't stop. It's so wild. Ooh, sorry about it, Angelo. He got some teeth pulled. Jack, that's a great question. So since the share recount of AMC will start end of trading day tomorrow, do you think the naked shorts will cover their butts? This is what I've been talking about. If they are doing a count of the shares, and if they are, if everything's going to be accounted for, everything's going to kind of reset, and we're going to get a good pulse on the stocks, and the futures and all this stuff that happens in the quadruple witching, then I don't think they have a choice. They have to, and that's where also that DTCC rule comes in, because they're going to be forced to cover. I mean, it as crazy as it sounds, it's almost like the SEC, DTCC are working in our favor, and I don't know. It's almost too good to be true. But maybe they're tired of it. Maybe they do want it to be legitimate, and they're tired of companies like whether it's all three of them, Melvin, Citadel, and Robinhood colluding together. Who knows? But maybe they're gonna finally put a stand to it, or maybe they're upset because they brought too much attention to the stocks in a negative way, and they're gonna mess up other people. Hey, what's up, Matt? Carl, I love it, man. He says, forget the moon. We're going to Mars. If Amazon buys them out, guys. If Amazon buys them out, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. That'd be so crazy. I wonder what they would buy them out for. That'd be so. I'd be so curious to know for that. The recount should start on March the 11th. This has to be done because of the April 4th meeting of shareholders, right? So I guess there's so many questions. It's so funny. We answer one question. I do this all the time whenever I'm looking at these definitions and stuff on like Investopedia, because the thing. I was talking about this today. The thing with the streamers that I absolutely love, that literally inspired me to like start this channel and stuff. They talk about these things, and then they don't really explain the definitions. So a lot of time they'll come here and they'll read it. So for example, I'll give you a great example: the quadruple witching. So they'll come and I watch some of these guys, and these guys have 100,000 followers, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but they were literally reading this, which is fine. I mean, I come here and I read it all day, right? But the problem is we start looking at this, and then they say, okay, so quadruple witching refers to a date on which derivatives of stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously. Okay, they expire, but do they need to cover? Do they need to cover that day? How much time do they need to cover? Because we know that some of these like options, they don't have to cover the same day. They could be within the next like 3 business days or whatever it is. I have to double check, because there's like cash settled. There's just a bunch of different things that aren't really being covered. And so I've been wanting to make my quadruple witching video, but I have to do this research. I have to make sure that this information is like good and stuff. I want to answer those questions, because I mean, a lot of people they hear these definitions, right? They hear naked shorting, they hear this and that, but no one knows. But they keep having to like remind themselves, because they don't understand it from a true comprehension level. So I'm trying to do my best to just kind of slow down. As you can see, when I read this stuff, like I read it slow, just so like we can really just listen and understand what's happening. But quarter. Here and have someone choose to. The article about the drop came out about 15. Actually, a lot of people were super skeptical about that. So who is this? Angelo Nikolai. What Nikolai's saying is the article about the drop, whether it happened instantly or pretty close to instantly, it happened too fast. And this is what people are talking about whenever they say they don't trust the media, Bloomberg, all these hit pieces. The other day, I think it was CNBC, they put the wrong ticker symbol. They said that they said like Wall Street Bets backed AMC, but it was AMCX, which is a different stock. That's the TV channel with The Walking Dead and stuff. And it's like, wait a second, they're not even giving the right information. They're putting out these these hit pieces that don't make any sense. And what are they doing? Like, why are they doing that? So that's why a lot of people think it's a lot of collusion. I mean, unfortunately, no one knows. For all we know, there really is a secret room where these guys are all, the CEO of Citadel calls the CEO of CNBC and says, hey, this is the plan and we're going to go. But again, I can't get into all that conspiracy theory stuff because that stuff is wild. Thank you, Jag. I just try to explain these things just a little bit differently, just to make them a little bit easier to understand. So I appreciate that, man. See, this is a good point. So Brian says shorts have to be paid in 21 days. Hedges do not replace. It is failure to deliver. If hedges do not replace, it's failure to deliver, and they have to start paying interest. Right. So that's actually, I have seen that 21-day figure multiple times. So I'm sure that's probably the case. But then the question is when is the 21 days? And for a lot of these days, where were we in the chart? I mean, okay, actually let me go here. There was an old article, 35 million FTD. There was a post on Reddit. And he was talking about $35 million in failure to delivers, but he had stacked it over the course of X amount of time. So if he's talking about the X amount of time with the $35 million of shares not delivered, then you would think that they would have to, they would have to cover at some point. Like, I don't know. There's a lot to wrap your head around, and there's just a lot. And a lot of this is confusing, and sometimes it could be frustrating. But realistically, what you need to know is if you can hold individually, and it's not holding you back from paying your bills or feeding your family or anything like that, then it may be in your best interest to hold. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but from a purely, we'll say, theoretical standpoint, that's what you should do. I'm taking another sip of water. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing. I love to cover AMC, a bunch of these other stocks. We're going to look at some other stocks in a little bit. Let's get through some of this AMC and GME stuff, and then we'll look at your favorite stocks. Angelo, we should start backing AMCX. I can't. I all my money is in one place. Well, mostly one place. So, full transparency. I do have a large position in AMC. So, take that for what that is. Let's take a look. Let's take a look-see. Wall Street Bets new. What are you doing? Can't begin. Oh, okay. So, okay. What's up, man? What'd I miss? Hey, what's up, Jam? Do I think AMC will have a game of squeeze in the tomorrow? It's so hard to say. I wouldn't count on it, is what I'll say. I don't think we should be. I think that's a lot of pressure to put on tomorrow. We really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I do feel with these. I honestly feel like this was a last ditch effort. It could have been their last hurrah. It could have been one of many last hurrahs that they're going to try to do. So I would be mentally prepared for what may be to come, because they could really try to scare some people out of their positions. And yeah, I mean, honestly, if it goes back down to $5, I'm gonna find some more money somewhere. There's money somewhere there's something I can sell in this house that I can buy with. I'll do it. I mean, maybe I'll sell my truck. I don't know. Because that'd be crazy. Actually, I think I heard today that whenever Tesla and I don't know if this is true, that whenever, what's that guy's name? Meet Kevin. I'm sure a lot of you know Meet Kevin. He's just insane. He's huge. I think they said he took out equity on his home or a loan against his house, something like that. And he put it all in Tesla whenever it dropped during the beginning of the pandemic. And from my understanding, he just like rode the wave all the way up, and it was a great decision. So, and apparently he's known for making those crazy trades. I personally don't really watch him much. I've seen a few of his videos, of course, and pretty good, man. That guy, he knows what he's talking about. But yeah, one reason. Yeah, Brian's saying I think we all agree that the recount would be great. Hopefully that happens, but that'd be crazy. Right, Matt. That's a great point. So Matt says it's not fake shares being traded. That's dragging it down. It's institutional entities trading down using bots between each other. Right, and that's something we've seen. We've seen 100 or 1,000, whatever it is, just trading back and forth, and it's unfortunate, that would happen, but it seems pretty accepted that they use some kind of these bots with these algorithms to trade with each other back and forth, artificially driving down the price of the stock. And watching and seeing something like this, I mean, man, that makes a lot of sense for it to drop this steep instantly, because that would mean all these people just decided, hey, we're gonna sell. I mean, look, this is just too fast, guys. This happened too fast. This is too fast. That's coordination. That's some crazy coordination right there. Okay, this is a great question that is extremely important. Brian, where will the hedges have to go to get the shares to cover the shorts? Oh, he answered his own question. That was a great question. Guys, they'll have to come to us. They have to come to us, and this is where you choose the price. How much do you want to sell to those hedges for? Like $1,000 sounds good to me. No, make it $1,500. That sounds better to me. That's literally, well, I don't want to say literally, but that's pretty much how it's going to work. I mean, you choose the price. So congratulations. You remember, they're doing all this stuff to. It's just, I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over again, but it's you choose the price. Okay, they need to go to you and say, hey, I'll pay anything. You know why? Because they're literally being forced to pay whatever you're willing it is to charge them, because they're being forced to pay. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's start wrapping up on this. I mean, let's answer any questions you guys have. But let's start. Let's get ready to look at some other stocks. I'm excited. I'm ready to look at some other ones, and that'll be fun. Take a look at PED for the short borrow rate. Let's take a look. And the only thing about these other stocks is I would be short interest. I'd just be a little bit careful with these other stocks, just because we're trying. There's this. Oh my gosh, this short borrow fee is crazy. But see, this is something where a lot of people say, oh, RKT is a distraction. RKT had a little run, and it was, I think it was kind of similar to this, but this is that's a large short borrow fee rate. You know, those are huge, and you can go on Google and you can search these and you can see what they are. This has a pretty good setup. I mean, to happen. What is their? Let's take a look at their chart really quick. What is this? Kind of choppy price action here. It's traded on AMEX. Exchange. Oh, the American. Oh, okay. I don't know. That's confusing. So, anyways, let's continue. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Yeah, this is pretty interesting about what's happening now. You know, again, my conviction is really in AMC. I'm not trying to jump to any other stocks, but that was a pretty interesting chart. That was for anyone who wants to know what stock that was PEDS. I don't know where I was. Right here. Or PED, I'm sorry, just PED. The best way to counteract it is to buy the dip and beat them to the sale. Yeah, buying the dip. Buy the shares before they can buy the shares. I love it. And yes, it's so important. Trace trades, I think he said in his video this morning, how do you, you know, what's the best thing you can do? Essentially, he said, set your sell limit at $1,000. It's the best thing you can do. Recount is real. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at a few stocks. I think I covered everything I kind of wanted to cover. Let me double check everything looks good. I just want to make sure we're good. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what stocks you guys are interested on. I know there were a few stocks we didn't get to go to yesterday, so let's take a look and see what you're interested in. Well, I guess while I'm waiting for your comments, if anybody's new, welcome to the party. I'm trying to do a live stream at night. This seems pretty good. We have a good time with you guys, so let's do if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button or maybe even consider subscribing. I'm trying to put out a lot of content and trying to have a good time with you guys. This is a lot of fun. Okay, it looks like we got our first request here, URG. Let's see what URG does. And so I think I'm gonna do it a little more in a consolidated manner instead of going through, looking at their website, looking at all their news catalysts and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep it probably a little more toward Webull and see if I can find anything good. Let's get them on the 1 day URG. Okay, so let's see what these guys do. An exploration stage mining company. That first sentence reminded me of Avatar, where they're trying to mine for the what is that they're trying to grab? Oh, I forgot the material that they're mining for. But anyways, the company is engaged in uranium mining, recovery and processing activities, including acquisition, exploration, development, and operation of uranium minerals. Properties in the United States. Isn't this kind of what UAMI does? Wasn't this similar to UAMI? Or what are they? No, they're doing antimony. That's my mistake. So antimony, its land portfolio includes over 10 projects in the United States. Approximately 10 of the United States projects are in the Great Divide Basin, Wyoming, including its flagship project, the Lost Creek Project. So it controls a total approximately 2,100 unpatented mining claims and over 4 state of Wyoming mineral leases for a total of approximately 42,000 acres in the area of Lost Creek property, including Lost Creek property. Okay, interesting. So I guess I'll say this. Maybe this makes me sound uneducated, but I had no idea you could mine uranium in the United States. I guess I didn't know that uranium was in the United States. From my understanding, uranium is very, I don't want to say a biohazard, but has a lot of radiation or something. But I may be confused. Let's look up uranium. What is I think they use it in bombs. Uranium. All right, let's take a look. Very important because it provides us with nuclear fuel used to generate electricity in nuclear power stations. Okay, so this would be energy usage. Now, I don't think this is considered green energy, which is a good thing. But I do know, hearing this, I think I have heard of. It's obviously, I think we've all heard of nuclear power stations, or nuclear power at least, but which can be very strong. But I think it can be very dangerous and risky. I think if not done correctly. I'm wondering what Chernobyl was. Anyways, so that's that. Uranium is reusable and recyclable. Oh, I didn't know that. That's actually pretty interesting. So a lot of good things can happen here. Let's take a look at the. See, yeah, I'm getting crazy deep into it. Institutional ownership, 22.05%. Not too bad, actually, similar to AMC. I do like a lot of institutional ownership. Analysts are saying current. Oh, hey, look at that! It's below all of the price targets for the analysts. Again, I always take these with a grain of salt. I don't really feel like these are always so accurate. So not my favorite way to take a look at these. But $1.05 is where it's currently at. The low is $1.19, and the high being $1.30. So a little room to grow there. Taking a look at these charts, you see, I don't know why it looks like this sometimes. That's the only thing. I'm still trying to get used to this Webull platform. Some of these charts just look so crazy. It's usually, I think, whenever they're just trading volume is so little. Let's take a look at them on the. Can we look at the 1 year? Or that was 1 month. Okay, we'll look at the 1 month. Looks like they were caught in that bull trap, or not the bull trap. I guess the bear market, the correction that happened. So taking a look. Oh, looks like they've been running though. They've been doing pretty good here. Any news catalysts? 12 hours ago. Participating in the 33rd annual Roth conference, so it could be interesting. What's the next stock we have going on? Let's take a look. Let me get a sip of water. Oh, they're having oh, that's interesting. Okay, so Sky says they're doing a uranium deal with DOE, Department of Energy, and Congress. See, that is where the money is. Any of these government contracts, forget it. That's a wrap. That's some good money. That's actually what happened, wasn't it? Workhorse. Everyone was trying to get into Workhorse, but they lost the. Yes, and you can see it right here. Boom. They lost their. What is this called? 5-day. Was it over the 5-day? 1 month. Yeah, you can see it right here. This is where they lost their contract. They were trying to get the contract for, I think, USPS or something, and they did not get it. I guess it was Oshkosh that got it. Yeah, it was Oshkosh got it. Yikes. Ooh, caught in a political battle. I wonder what that did to Oshkosh's stock. Oshkosh chart. Yeah, they're still sitting pretty. These guys, they got the contract. So funny. I mean, it sucks, man. But Workhorse, I think Workhorse will cover. I know a lot of people like that stock. I think it's a good stock. And realistically, I think this is a great buying opportunity for people who are bullish on it. And if they are bullish on it, if they already bought in a little higher, a good opportunity to average down. This is the future. EVs are the future. Everyone knows that EVs are the future, and especially whenever you can continue with the progression of the EVs. For example, Tesla. Man, Tesla. A lot of people. I can't say enough good things about Tesla. I'll say that. There are some things that are not my favorite, but for Tesla, from my understanding, they basically install all these features in the car, and you can go ahead and just theoretically pay for it, and they just unlock it. And it's so smart from a construction standpoint, like what is that thing called? Like an assembly line. They just, instead of having to build, okay, all of these cars are going to be this. Excuse me, let's change everything. All of these cars are going to be this. They can essentially just build everything in one swoop, which is so smart. You don't have to worry about all these extra materials, all this stuff. Like, you don't have to worry about any of that. You can just keep doing what you're doing and just enable it with the software. It's insane. So good. Okay, let's see what else we got going on. MTDR. Matador Resource. Whoa, my goodness. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. What was this? 3 month? Very nice. Okay, let's see what these guys do. Matador Resource Company is an independent energy company engaged in the exploration, development, production, and acquisition of oil and natural gas resources in the United States, with an emphasis on oil and natural gas shale and other unconventional plays. The company's segments include exploration and production and midstream. The company operations are focused primarily on the oil and liquids rich portion of the Wolfcamp and Bone Spring plays in the Delaware. See, I've never heard of some of these words. Like, I don't know what a spring plays is. In the Delaware Basin, in the southeast New Mexico and West Texas. The company also operates in the Eagle Ford Shale. I don't know what a shale is. Play in South Texas, and the Haynesville Shale and Cotton Valley plays. Okay, anyways, they're in all these different places. So, again, I guess so. Independent energy company engaged in all this stuff. Emphasis on oil and natural gas. So, here's the thing with oil and natural gas. A lot of people think that while we are trying to go green, I think there's always going to be a need for those kinds of things, especially with all this gas and stuff. It's really hard to say exactly what will happen, but I feel like there could be a good opportunity there with those kinds of stuff. Institutional ownership. Holy smokes! Doesn't look like this has been updated. I'm not sure why they're over 100%, but you know what? These institutions, I always say, this is not dumb money. These guys know exactly what they're doing, and they are doing their best to make money. That's what they do. They make money, and they're good at it. So I'll just say that they are very good at it. Let's see what else we have going on. Who else are analysts? Okay, so beating the analyst the things, looks like the high is going to be 28. They're currently at 25.47. So very nice releases. No news. DJ investor, Dow Jones investors are scared to bet against oil. These 7 stocks are an exception. Yeah. So, I mean, they're still going to be a thing for oil. I mean, personally, I would probably start to shift my, what is it called? Portfolio. I start to diversify a little more, especially with these energy plays. We don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people are excited about NEO. Obviously, of course, Tesla, Nikola. So, what I like about these EV plays is someone's going to be number 2. We know who number 1 is. That's Tesla. And whoever's number 2, I feel like that may be the hidden gem right now. And whoever can get there is going to be great. So that's just my personal opinion on it. I don't know who's going to be number 2, but for all we know, it could be what are these guys called? Like Ford or something, who's already working on these electric vehicles, and they're just gonna they're gonna creep their way in there. They're gonna come out with something super solid. It just takes one solid product. If they can get one super solid EV, I mean, think about it. Ford. When you think of the Ford, who do you think about? Think about I guess either the Mustang or like the F-150, right? Just a solid product is all you need. One solid one to really. Chrysler, their cash cow is that 300C. You know what I mean? And that was the car that really just set them up. So something to think about. Okay, Angela wants to see eyes. Oh boy. Okay, let's go to the 5-day. Kind of consolidating. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to chase plays. As you can see here, got like a head and shoulders pattern here. This head, shoulder, and it looks like it's continuing to drop. I really don't like this just yet. I'd want to make sure that it respects some kind of level of support. I would say there might be a level of support here. I mean, we might have a level of support around. I could give this a level of support here, but I don't really like it too much. I'd make sure it bounced here, and that it didn't go under this line. If it went under this line, it might be all the way down here, another level of support, which would be pretty bad because it looks like it's around $10 and this is around $5. So I'd be careful there. What's the next stock we'll take a look at? Let's try to give one stock, guys. I'm going to go with your first stock, Eric, and we'll take a look. Uranium powers all the submarines, right? I really don't know what powers the submarines. Actually, I think one of those channels, like What's Inside or something, I think they just covered that. Something like that. But no, I think they were talking about how oxygen is created in the submachine, in the submarine. But I'm not really sure. What was the stock I was going to look at? Let's see what VOC is. VOC. Oh, baby. Let's go ahead and look at on the 5-day. Yeah. We'll go with the 5-day. Okay. So what do these guys do, first of all? So they are a energy trust. Okay. VOC Energy Trust is a statutory trust formed by VOC Brazos Energy Partners, LP. The business and affairs of the company are managed by the Bank of New York Mellon Trust Company. I don't even know. Do you guys ever have like, you know how you have a gamer tag or even a website domain name or something, and it's just the longest name ever? It goes on and on and on. I don't know why people do that with these companies. Listen to this company name. The Bank of New York Mellon Trust Company, North America. Holy smokes. As a trustee, the company was created to acquire and hold the net profits interest for the benefit of its unit holders. VOC Brazos Properties includes interests in approximately 776 gross producing wells covering 84,000 gross acres. VOC Brazos Properties are developed properties located in oil and natural gas producing regions such as Kansas and Texas. VOC Brazos fields in the central Kansas uplifting. Man, you would think I didn't know how to read, but it's just these capital letters and lowercase letters. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm going nuts. Let's see if I can see what they do. So essentially, they were created to acquire and hold the net profits for interest for the benefits of its units holders. I don't know what in the world that means. Acquire and hold the net profits. It sounds like they're at like an offshore trading account or something. Like, what? Are developed. Hold the net profits. I don't understand. Unfortunately, and I know I probably sound like a fool or something. I don't understand that business model. Just holding profits. Now there were companies that we were talking about yesterday where they essentially found companies to help them merge together or something, and I thought that was crazy. But this one is actually like insane. Let's see what they have. Institutional ownership. So it looks like a lot of the institutions are with me, where this sounds like a little cuckoo. Maybe they're a newer company. Let's see when they were profile listing since 2011. So 708 news. No recent news. Okay, so what I would say, dividend. Maybe they have a high dividend. 0.0. Okay, so not my favorite dividend either. I'm not sure what. If you know something I don't know about this stock, but I'd be a little cautious. They had a big run, and sometimes it really wasn't even that big. This is around $3, and here's $3.80, so not that big of a run. I'm not sure what caught your attention on the stock. Could have been a different run or something, but unless you know something or you're extremely convicted in the stock, I'd be a little bit careful. Do we see a big dip in GameStop and AMC tomorrow before a big jump? That's a good question. Obviously, no one really knows what's going to happen. But I will say it looks like AMC was up in the after hours to $10.48. GameStop had a heck of a day, and they are up at what are they at now? After hours, well, they're down a little bit to $256. So. Hard to say. I do anticipate that these numbers are going to continue to go up, but I also anticipate that they're going to play these games. They're not going to go quietly. If you guys think these hedge funds are going to go quietly and just like roll over and be like, I'm going to let them win. We'll let them have this one. No, I don't know. I want to drink what you're drinking because that'd be so crazy. In no way can you think that these guys are just going to let this happen? No way at all. It's not going to happen. They're gonna try to mess with you. They're gonna try to scare you. They're gonna try to get the price as low as possible so that they don't have to cover as much. There are so many different things that they're gonna try to do to mess with you and make you rethink your life. Okay, essentially that's what they're gonna try to do. So it's super important to be ready for that. Be ready for those mind games. Mentally prepare. I need you to think to yourself. And you can envision this. I think it's stoicism, which is like I know you think of like stoic people, but it's kind of like a mindset of stoicism where you mentally think about these things that are going to happen. This way, when they happen, you're not so shocked. And in stoicism, I don't want to get too far into it, but it even goes to extremes, like thinking about your loved ones and like thinking like they might not be here tomorrow. Like I need to make sure I love them. But without getting too deep, stoicism. If this stock right here, if AMC, if it goes to $7 tomorrow, what's your plan? Be ready for like, okay, yeah, and you have to reason it to yourself. What is going to happen if this stock goes to $7 tomorrow? How would that have happened? Do you think they covered if it goes to $7? No. There was some kind of weird thing that happened, whether it's market manipulation or some kind of crazy news catalyst, a hit piece or something like that. That's in my opinion, that's what would have been what happened. These guys. So be ready for that. Again, if it goes to $7, what do? I'm literally gonna try to find some money somewhere. I'm gonna call somebody, I don't know, and find more money to invest. And that's personally what I would do. So be ready for that. Let me take another sip. Very, very good point. Who was that? Eric, Lucid Motors. I forgot about them. They could be the number 2. We're looking for the number 2 to Tesla. Who's going to be number 2? And that's the question. Who knows? And if you get in early, that'd be great. That'd be so great. Good for you. I'd be hyped up. Joe, I love your question, and I appreciate your question because it forces me to be transparent. I am genuinely bullish. The question, I'm sorry. Are you genuinely bullish on AMC, GME, or are you just playing the momentum? I am genuinely bullish. If looks like we have a lot of new people in here, welcome. To go over my story super quick, I was bullish on AMC in December. Whenever it was at $2. I don't know when $2 was. Probably, I think it was December. Let's look at the 3-month. I have to go back. Yeah, so around here. No, it was December-ish. So, and that's when I got in. And I here's what I did. I'll tell you exactly what I did. I sold out of all my positions. I was up on all my positions, so it's not like I really took them for a loss or anything. I think some I were a few down, or I was a little bit down, but I didn't care. Even the losses were worth it to me because I knew I was so bullish on AMC. I said this is going to go one of two ways. I think, and I was like, do I think the biggest movie chain in the United States is going to go bankrupt? No, I don't think it is. So in my eyes, there was a small risk, but in my eyes, I really didn't think they were going to go bankrupt, and I knew that they were going to do good. So believe it or not, I bought a bunch of call options that were out of the money. And at the time, out of the money, it was just out of the money. But at the time, out of the money was $2.50. So I have a lot of money in call options that are already in the money because I bought them whenever it was down here and my strike price was $2.50. So here's the deal. If it crashed at $5 to $5 tomorrow, I'm a little bit more lucky because I'm good anyways. I'll be good no matter what. They're not going bankrupt anymore. That I'm good. And so yeah, I'm very bullish. And my prediction is that by the end of the year, and I got into I'll say a heated debate. I'll just say a debate with my coworkers today because I told them, I said, guys, AMC, in my opinion, is going to be $25, $30 stock. And they were like, bro, you're crazy. And I said, no, guys, think about it. All these stocks are going to their all-time highs. They're all going to the all-time highs. people want to get out, people want to do things, and it's like a slow rollout. The anticipation is there. They just can't wait to do these things. And now, remember, actually, I saw a post, I think it was Wall Street Bets. They're already basically set up for social distancing. There's limited supply. Everyone wants to go to the movies, especially right now. There's so much momentum. I'm just getting too excited. There's so much momentum on AMC because these people want to go to the movies. Now they're invested in AMC. So they're going to want to continue to go. And it's just, in my eyes, you couldn't lose. And that's why I'm so bullish on AMC, because in my eyes, you can't lose. That's my personal opinion. Do what you need to do. Not financial advice, but my very, 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 very strong opinion on AMC. That and here's and that's how I justified it for myself. Like, worst case scenario, at the end of 2021, man, whoops. At the end of 2021, where's the worst place I would be? And in my eyes, it's AMC at 30. Worst case scenario. Personal opinion. And that was before the momentum. Now we have all this momentum, Wall Street Bets, all these people are excited about AMC. So take that for what it is, I see we got a lot of new people in here. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We're just hanging out, talking about some stocks. I got into one of my AMC rants, which, I just love AMC so much. We've been covering AMC, GameStop. We're talking about a lot of stocks that I'm just taking some requests in the chat where we're just taking a look at stocks. And so I'll probably do a few more chat requests and see what you guys want to look at. We'll keep it going. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, welcome. This is It a Buy? We discuss stocks, determine if they're worth a buy or not. And that's that. Consider liking the video to just give it a little bit of a visibility on that YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing. I'm trying to release a bunch of videos. It's been a little difficult recently, but no excuses. I just got to do it, and I will do it. So welcome. Let's get caught up, because I've just been rambling on. See what you do to me. You asked me if I was just riding the momentum. No, I'm actually passionate about what's going on. So thank you very much. Oh yeah, see, James, there you go. You got AMC at $3, holding for the squeeze. Yeah. And again, me and James right here, we're lucky. We got in so early, and that's why it was so important to buy at $5 and continue to average. I've been kind of averaging up since it was at $5. I got in so low, but I continue to purchase positions when I can, and yeah, just keep it moving. Let's take a look here. QS, QuantumScape, yes. So here's a play that I've loved for a long time. Unfortunately, I missed the IPO, and then I jumped to AMC, so I never really had a chance to really get in here. But I've always loved QuantumScape from the beginning. I already know what they do. They work on solid state batteries. Oh man, I wonder where that trend line was. Oh yeah, okay. It had broken above that ascending level of or that descending level of resistance, which is great. So good little setup here. Hey, actually, take a look at this, guys. The 15-day MA has just crossed over the 200 EMA. So 15-day MA being the 15-day moving average, 200 MA being the 200-day exponential moving average, or basically the moving average over 200 days. So this, if you like this stock, could be a good little point here. I might wait a second for an engulfing green candle, so a green candle that's larger than this red one, but this could be a good little a cup and handle formation going on. So that could be nice. Could be very nice. Looks like James thinks Amazon could eventually buy AMC. It's possible. I mean, it's very possible. A lot of these guys, they're kind of partnering up in I don't know, in a way. Who is it? Warner Brothers kind of partnered with HBO, and so that's why all the movies are coming out on HBO or something like that. And so I think it's very possible. We could definitely see some good stuff. Actually, you know what I've been curious about that I did not take a look at? The financial institutional ownership. Yeah. So QuantumScape, the institutional ownership is 18.99%, which is pretty great. Or not too bad, at least. So the only thing with QuantumScape that I'm a little weary about, any news really quick, is will they actually be able to create the solid state battery? They're in the development of it. This is a and I don't want to talk bad about the stock because it has so much potential, and I'll tell you why. But let me talk about the bad, and then I'll talk about the good. This stock has a lot of potential because, I'm concerned that this is a pipe dream, that they won't be able to create the solid state battery. A lot of companies have tried to create it before, and it didn't work out for them. And that's just from the news articles I read. It's been a very difficult thing to achieve. And if you watch the interviews, the CEO talks about it. Of course he thinks he can do it. It's his company. But the question is, can he actually do it? Will he actually be able to pull this off? And that's the question, it's really hard to say if he actually will be able to pull it off. But if he can, then that would be so great. That'd be so huge for them. And this company, and now let me talk about the good part. Guys, if these guys are able to pull this off, these solid state batteries, let's just do this. Let's take a look here, because I don't want to get these wrong, because there's so many. Solid state batteries. Okay. So essentially, has a high. Okay, so solid state batteries have a higher density than a lithium ion battery, or Li-ion, I suppose. It doesn't have a risk of explosion or fire, which already, boom, that's great. So this is starting to jog my memory a little bit. I think they're smaller. They last longer. They don't explode. They're just everything bad about the lithium ion battery. This does it good. I think they charge faster. They're more efficient. Just everything about them is way better. So if you are trying to get, and here's my favorite part. That's not even the good part. Other than them being basically superior in every single way, they'll take over the whole market. They will be the number one. Okay, and if they were able to achieve this, I don't know if Tesla would buy it, but all these other companies like. I'm sure like Ford and all these other guys that are trying to get into these things, I'm sure that they would adopt these batteries. I feel like they would, and I feel like this stock would be. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the stock went up to Tesla type prices, because remember, they're not just selling it to one. Tesla's just one company. They're doing a lot. But imagine if they had that. But imagine if QuantumScape sold to 5. 5 of the big car dealers. It'd be a game over. That'd be the end. That'd be nuts. Let's see what else we have going on here. I go on my tangents. You guys get me talking about a stock that I know about and I like. Man, I'll get it going. Do you not think AMC and GME are bull traps? I don't think they're bull traps. I think what's going on. I mean, here's the deal. I talked about this a little earlier. FIFA, and they're going to try to get you. They're going to try to trick you. They're going to try to scare you into selling your positions. But no. Let me ask you a question. You think these guys are trying this hard to get you out of your position? Do you think they're gonna just to do anything? No. These guys are freaking out. They're grabbing on for a lifeline. They are so freaking scared. And they should be. They should be scared, because it's not going to end well for them. It is not going to end well for them. 100%. Or I can't say, I don't think I'm allowed to say 100%, but I'm very sure. Let's see what else we got going. How's it going? Yeah, they kept freezing the stock. It was crazy. Squeeze is still on, yes. Price target, Violetta. I don't have a price target for Friday. I do anticipate we're going to see more of these attacks. Now, granted, I'm not going to take it away from them. They hit it here, and it was 348. Let's just do a little retracement here. Let's say it was around here. Let's say $300, just to be a little safer, where it was kind of trading sideways. And they're at 265 now, so it did hit. It hurt a little bit. I'm sure some people did have paper hands and they sold. They were scared. But at the end of the day, I still think it's going to happen. I still think this squeeze is going to happen. They're going to continue to try. And every time they try, it just makes me... I don't even get mad when they try. I'm like, these fools. Like, instead of just, like, letting it happen and just, like, letting the hype die down or something and then attacking, they just kind of like, oh gosh, it's working. And they just kind of freak out. And it lets me know. It's almost like a pulse check. Just like, hey, they get scared and they do it, and like I'm like, oh, we're good, we got them, because these guys are crazy. These guys aren't going to do it. So it gets me a little excited whenever they do this. I'm not gonna lie. But to answer you, Violetta, no, I don't really have a price target for Friday. I'm going to continue to hold. I think a huge day to kind of pulse check is going to be March 19th. See where we are, see what's going on. That's the quadruple witching, and I anticipate there's going to be a lot of action. Remember, the quadruple witching is a day known for a lot of volatility, especially in the last hour of trading. So that's important to keep in mind. A lot of people, I don't want you to wake up and take a look and be like, oh no, there's no volatility or there's nothing going on. No, like, it's okay. Just like play the course. Power hour. Wait for power hour. I'm sure that'll be great. But holding. This thing could skyrocket tomorrow. I'm going to continue to hold. Just continue to hold. I mean, especially until, and that's another thing, if this, not financial advice, but they could let the stock run for a little bit and hope that people sell out. Remember, they could try to, as we get closer, they could just let it run up and then induce a fall and then have people sell. This way, by the quadruple witching, they have to cover at a lesser price. And let's say for GameStop, for example, let's say they run it up to $600, then everyone just sells out or something. Now the stock is back at 50. They'll probably try to cover at 50, and then it'll probably have another run up again because they're buying so many shares. But it probably won't. But it won't reach 1,000 again, most likely, if they cover at like the $50 range. So just an opinion. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but that's kind of how I see it, just from I would say a more logical standpoint. But there's a lot of mind games that can be played, and don't think they're not thinking of it, guys. You have to remember, like I said this earlier, they've been doing this for decades. They know what scares people, what doesn't scare people. They know all these tricks, and they're sitting in a room. I guarantee it. They're sitting in a room, maybe on a conference call with another firm or something, trying to get opinions, get ideas, or even if it's like high level people in one room or something like that, and they're like, guys, any plans, any ideas? And they're just going around the room and they say, oh, we'll try you. Whoever's idea wins. Whoever's idea like gets the price the lowest gets a $100,000 bonus. That would not surprise me at all. And that's a little crazy of a thought, but I think about this like all day, every day. So I might be a little bit crazy, but I am mentally prepared for what might happen, is what I'll say. I am mentally prepared, and I will be strong into what's going to happen. Mitch, for tomorrow, I kind of covered this, but I really can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. And whatever happens tomorrow, I don't care, is what I'll say. I don't care. It can go up, and I'm going to hold. It can go down. I'm going to hold. Maybe I'll buy more. I don't play this day by day. This is and I guess now I'm talking a little more about AMC. This has really helped my mindset. This is a long play for me. And granted, if a squeeze happens and it goes to 500, cool. Goes to 1,000, great. I'll take it all day. But if for any reason we're still playing this and I have to wait for December for my predicted $25, $30, I'll be happy. I'll be cool with that. That'll be great. That'll be no problem at all. Did this attack set us back? Here's the deal. Did it set us back? I don't think so. Did it delay us? Maybe a little bit. Again, this right here was a pulse check saying, hey, we're still in here. We're going to try to scare you. No? Okay, my bad. That's what this was for me. That's all it was. So, I don't think set back. This might be in their favor a little bit because, if they don't have to cover so high or something. I mean, but other than that, no, I think we're good. Not worried about it. That's true, Taylor. Yeah, we closed. Well, I guess after hours, yeah. So we were up, 6.4% in the after hours. So we started the day. What did we start the day? So, something to keep in mind. I have 30 shares of AMC. Do you think I'll get a lot of attendees? In my personal opinion, yeah. I mean, it really depends. Here's the deal. A lot of people talk about the amount of shares and this and that. They're like, oh, I don't want to buy GameStop because it's too expensive. Guys, if you have $1,000 in GameStop and it goes up 100% and you have $2,000, great. If you have $1,000 in AMC and it goes up 100% and it goes and then you have $2,000. The dollar amount, the cost of the share doesn't really matter. It's about the dollar amount that you put in. So if you have 30 shares of AMC, and that's, I don't know, $300, then yeah, if the price doubles, yeah, you have $600. You know what I mean? Like, and that'll just continue. At the end of it, do I think AMC is going to run up several $100%? Yeah. Did I hold and I didn't sell a single share at $20, $21, whatever it was? Yeah, I held. Because I'm like, this isn't my payout. I have a goal at the end of the year. I'm not going to, if I'm expecting like 30, I'm not going to sell at 20. It's like, well, I'll just continue to hold. So that's kind of my thought process on it, yeah. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it. Thor likes to stunk. Okay, I love it. Let's see what else we got going on. Welcome, guys. I see we have a lot of people coming in. I appreciate all the support from everybody. This is it a buy? We discuss stocks, determine if they're worth a buy or a sell or maybe a pass. Again, welcome. I love covering different kinds of stocks. We're kind of chatting a little bit about what's going on with AMC and GameStop. If you wouldn't mind, maybe hitting that like button, that'll help us get some visibility and get some more people talking about these stocks. We need the volume. We need the people talking about the stock. We need them to know that, I guess in my opinion, it's a safe bet. So please consider liking and subscribing. And I'm going to continue to cover this every single day. I've been doing pretty solid, guys. So let's go ahead and continue. See what we've got going. Thought about buying AMC at $3 and never pulled the trigger. Yeah, I mean that kind of FOMO will mess you up. That kind of FOMO will mess you up. And happened with me and GameStop. I thought about buying at $2 in I think March of last year or something in 2020 when it was $2 and I was like, nah, I don't really like their chart was in a downward trend for a few years and I was like, you know what, I don't think I'm going to do it. And you know what, I missed out. But that's okay. I got lucky with AMC. I got kind of caught in the middle of everything, but it's been a fun ride. Like I've been hyped up. This has been great. Oh gosh, Bloomberg is reporting that a certain adult site company, and this is from James. He says Bloomberg is reporting that a certain adult site company bought 9% of AMC so far this week. Takeover. I don't know. Can we see that on what do we check? Fintel. We're done with this stock. Let's take a look at. We're done with this stock. Look at AMC Institutional. Oops. Let's see what we have here. Institutional ownership. I don't know if this is updated, but I guess we'll take a look. 21. I love it. I love it. Love to see it. SOA Wealth Advisors, Dumney Pioneer. I don't know how these institutions they get listed on here for 202 shares. That's crazy. We have 202 shares. I guess you have to be an institution. What makes you an institution? I'm sure it's a certain dollar amount or something. But anyways, I'm getting stingy. I appreciate everyone buying an AMC. All these institutions buying an AMC. So I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain in the slightest bit. Let's see what we've got going on. 319. Yes, I mean, here's the deal. There's a lot of I do like these milestones. I know I don't like to give dates or real predictions or anything, but I do like these milestones, like to continue these stretches. These are solid. I call them sprints. These are solid sprints to just hold true to your convictions and say, you know what, I'm going to hold until 319 and then reevaluate, you know, and see how you feel. You're like, you know what? I'm still bullish on AMC. I'm going to continue to hold. Or GameStop. I'm going to continue to hold. And that's what people, you know, that I think that can help a little bit. Just staying true. And just kind of holding. I don't know if you guys noticed, like, never mind. Who else do we have here? Let's see. Quad witching. Yeah, quad witching. That's what we're talking about, Puma. Yeah, we're hoping, you know, we're bullish on that quadruple witching. GME. Yeah, okay. I say we got the GME squad in here. Let's take a look at some GameStop. And so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about how this is unnatural price movement. This is unnatural. This is not what happens. This is not what happens. People aren't just like, oh, good day, and then, you know, they decide, you know what, I don't like GameStop anymore. Guys, these guys, you know, something to keep in mind is, remember, a lot of GameStop people had a goal of $1,000 at the least, you know what I mean? And for it to just drop like that, like a sack of potatoes, is just very weird. Very, very weird. And something to consider is, you know, I think the chart is best represented in AMC. So for you GameStop people, take a look. Like, trading AMC is a great example because these, by the way, look at the charts. They hit at the exact same time essentially. It's pretty close. But taking a look, let's look at AMC. So, and this is why it's so sketchy, because if look at this, it's trading sideways, right? So at no point would anyone be trading sideways. They weren't even at the high for the day. 1247 was the high for the day. They were kind of, you know, I wouldn't say average. They were a little higher than average, but you're telling me these guys were just hanging out all day, and all of a sudden they were like, I don't like the stock anymore? No, absolutely not. These guys didn't just say, I'm done, I'm out, catch you later. No, that did not happen. That did not happen. So, and I wanted to make that point with AMC because you can see how it was kind of trading sideways. But even GameStop, you know, trading up. You're telling me all these people decided at the same time that they're just going to dip? No, not at all. Absolutely not. Very sketchy stuff. Very sketchy stuff. And then look, so it dipped all the way here and it just recovered. So the fact that and the recovery was insane too. I said earlier in the thing, if this started here and it ran up like this, so ignore this part. If it ran up like this and then down, kind of pumped and dumped, that would make more sense than it just dropping like this randomly and recovering so hard. This is not natural at all. Not in the least bit. Hello from Peru, man. What's up, man? That's insane. Insane. What do we got going on here? So review GME. Yeah. So we could kind of talk about GME, guys. I think GME. I think it's gonna happen. I mean, there's no way. Oh, also another thing I said is I think that in my opinion, this market manipulation to drop the price this hard is almost a surefire way of them saying, holy crap, they're freaking out. They're trying anything at all. They're desperate to make you guys sell. But I don't know if they really don't understand the sentiment. If they think that you guys are bluffing whenever people are saying like AMC or GME 1,000, 1,500, 10,000, like I think they think you're bluffing, and it's almost offensive that they think that you guys are so scared like that you're just gonna sell. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're just boomers or something. I don't know. That might be a little offensive. I'm sorry, but I don't know what that is. Unreal. That's a great point, Jesse. Yeah. So we can't agree on anything, but all of a sudden, everyone said sell at the same time. No, not at all. Absolutely not. Diamond hands holding strong. I love it, Wolves. I freaking love it because that's what it's gonna take. So now, James, I think AMC is gonna fall after the first. Yes, that's the kind of, it's unfortunate, but that's the right kind of mindset to have. Thinking that the stock is gonna drop. And he's talking about AMC. He thinks it's gonna drop to 7 now. I think 7 is kind of a steeper drop. I would say at the very least. Let's look at this on the 5-day. You know, 7 could possibly be pretty realistic. It did look like it supported this level. Looks like we have a level of support here around this area. So, realistically, and as you can see, it tested this a few times, but there's a lot of, I don't know if there's a buy wall here, a lot of volume. Oh, check this out. I just noticed this. Look at this, this buy wall, 19,000 shares at $10.46. Holy smokes. That's a lot. And, whenever you see those kinds of things, that's a lot of shares. I don't know if a true just retail investor is purchasing those amount of shares. That almost looks like an institution. I mean, these institutions, look how many shares do I have this pulled up still? Look, it was 19,000 shares. Look at these guys. So, I mean, 34, 14, 14,000 shares. Even this guy, 800 shares, 18,000 shares. 2,000 shares. That's some big money that's buying into it, and it looks like they're buying the dip. So good for them. They know what to do. So, and remember, they don't have to report as soon as they purchase it. I don't know what the time frame is for filing the report, but essentially they have to. I think they eventually do have to file it, but I don't know the time frame when they're forced to file. So I guess that's a question. GME price for tomorrow. GME has been all over the place, but you know what? They've had a freaking good few days. Let's look at the 5-day. Look at this. Look. I think they're. You know what? It looks like they may even respect this trend line. They broke it pretty harshly, but I'm curious to see if they'll go back up here. I wouldn't be surprised. Look how much is going up a day. I mean, what is this? This is yesterday, started around 220, ended at, let's say, 250. Pre-market just went up, kept going up. Like, look how smooth it's going up in the pre-market. Like, especially in the mornings. Look, it just goes up in the mornings. Up, this is the morning right here, up in the morning. So, honestly, tomorrow, I would anticipate this to continue to go up in the morning. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are sitting at 280 in the morning. I would not be surprised at all if in the morning this is around 280 based on based on what we're seeing. You can see it right here. This trades a little flat in the aftermarket, a little flat in the after. Well, I don't know why I'm saying flat, because I guess I'm looking at it the wrong angle, because it's literally going up in the after hours, but that's all right. This is the only time it looks like it kind of went a little down in the after hours, but that's it. Diamond hands, yes, diamond hands. It's so important to just hold. And I know it sounds easy, but it is hard. I mean, this is your money. Like, you want to cover. You don't want to lose your money. And I totally understand that. And you need to do what's best for you. If you need to, feed your family, pay your bills and stuff, I 100% understand. But just know that there's a very real possibility of those gains being missed out on. And I don't say that to scare anybody. I just want them to know, there's that opportunity cost of, you're going to pull your money out and maybe go. Even a great example was RKT, Rocket Companies. Everyone said, oh, is it a distraction? Well, kind of. People are pulling out their money and putting it over there for the opportunity cost of running it up. And, did it pay off? Let's look at what RKT did. This is actually a great point. I think it's a good lesson for a lot of people who want to take a look at RKT. Great. Here's the deal. And I am bullish on RKT. I did make a video whenever it was down here around, obviously, $20. And it did run up and it ran back down. So, let's say you bought in here and then you're up a little bit. But now what's your opportunity cost? If you bought in over here, you didn't sell here. Now you're down here. Let's say you got $25. Well, okay, you just went from $20 to $25. GameStop, you could have gone from $50 to even at the low end, $265 right now. So the opportunity cost is huge. That's something that a lot of people need to understand. And that's why it's so important to hold true to your convictions and know where you want to be with these stocks. Where do you want to, what's worth it to you? What's worth it to you? And it's the same between AMC and GME. I'm a big, I think if you're in one or the other or both, just hold true to your convictions. Stay in that stock. Personally, I would not recommend chasing. I don't like to chase stocks. Personal recommendation. But otherwise, trust me, I would have jumped in GameStop, but I have to try to stick to my rule. But yeah. That's what I think. I think it's gonna be good, guys. Like there's a lot of upside here. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I see we're getting a lot of new people. Hey, welcome everybody. Is it a buy? We discuss stocks, determine if they're worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name's Corey. welcome again. I'll take a sip of water. If you guys wouldn't mind liking the video, if you're liking the content, I'm trying to get some visibility on these stocks. We need people to know that they're going to keep playing these games. They're going to continue to play these games, and we can't let them. We have to hold strong, and they're gonna mess up, and that's what's gonna happen. So if you like the content, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to do a live stream every night. I'll kind of be the night guy, I guess, and we'll just keep it going. It's a good time. All right, let's take a look. The Gambler. I did not sell my 3,500 shares of AMC. As he's trying to say, if I did not, F the hedge funds. We won. They lost. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hedge funds are going to lose. And as we continue to get closer to this date, and apparently, I guess they are counting the shares. If they continue to count the shares, they're going to see that they're going to continue to freak out. I anticipate a lot more attacks. People need to know that this is going to continue. In a way, I'm kind of glad this happened today, just because people are going to be prepared. And you know what makes me so proud? This happened today, and people didn't freak out. People did not freak out, bought the dip, and consolidated. They recovered. Got a little rocky, and they've recovered, and they were able to hold. And that's so huge. That's like amazing, so amazing. Absolutely so amazing. Jesse, good point. Do your own due diligence and make sure you believe in it. You can't just follow somebody's word. If for example, if you guys told me go invest in EYES, this one right here, eyes, I'd say no. I don't know what they do. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything. AMC has so many things going for it. The economy is opening. They're not going bankrupt. All of these people now want to go to the AMC theater because they're in the stock. Like, New York just opened. Texas just opened. Granted, different capacities, but still, it's happening. It's happening. So huge. So important. So, that's the dealio. Let's see. Hard to also believe that. Yeah. David says, I also believe that GME is one tweet away from helping them take off. This is true, guys. If we can get Papa Elon or somebody to tweet and say, GameStop again or something, get out and get all the momentum, that'd be crazy. And I think either of these stocks just needs a news catalyst. If GameStop would have some kind of news catalyst that said, I don't know, anything big, like, hey, we're gonna start transitioning into, we're gonna become the new Steam or the new blah blah blah. Man, that would be insane for them. That would be that news catalyst that would get a lot of people to flood in and set it off. You have to keep in mind, right now, we have the Wall Street bets, kind of new retail traders. And I say new, not all of them are new, of course, but, there's a new influx of traders, and we have a lot of them. And it's freaking fantastic. There's a lot of learning going on, a lot of education, a lot of young investors. And I freaking love it because it just changes the dynamic. And this is why a lot of these, like, I'm sure you guys saw at the beginning, a lot of these hedge funds are like losing money, and I think Warren Buffett lost a lot of money and all that stuff because we're doing things that don't make sense, and a lot of people hate us for it. But you know what? It is what it is. Like, that's the way it's going to go, and they need to adapt. And I just love it so much. What else do we have going on here? Henry, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate the support. Just, I'm trying. Tell Bloomberg to invest in Blockbuster. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh, that'd be too funny, man. Oh snap! I pressed something. Wanda, do I think Wanda is selling her shares? No, I do not think Wanda is selling her shares at all. And you can't think like that. That is some scary thinking that will keep you up at night. And I would, you know, just don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. That's what we say. That's what we say around here. If it goes to $5, I'll be buying with you. Heck yeah! I mean, you best believe. I don't even know. I'm. It's sad. I'm looking around my room for things to sell. I don't know what I'll sell, but I'll sell something, because I don't know if anybody ever saw. Well, I don't want to get into it, but if anybody saw Schindler's List with Liam Neeson, he starts saying, you know, I don't want to spoil it, but if this amount of money could have bought, you know, this thing. Anyways, if you know the movie, you know the quote, and it's pretty interesting, pretty funny. What do I expect at market open for AMC? I'm not really giving any kind of expectations for market open. It's going to be all over the place. I do anticipate for the pre-market for both of these to go up, just based on what's been happening previously. Looks like AMC maybe a little more sideways. This one went up over here in the after hours pre-market, but actually it looks like it's been going up every pre-market. So maybe not this one so much for today, but I do anticipate it'll probably go up. But, you know, again, just being prepared for those possible short ladder attacks or different things, just to be ready for. What's going on? Korikin, I love it, man. What's going on? New to the channel, fairly new to stocks, looking for some knowledge in investing. Korikin, you're at the right place, my friend. I'm trying to do my best to bring you guys good coverage about these what's going on, and in a more understanding way. I was talking earlier about how some people, they just kind of read the definitions, and while I read the definitions, I try to give you a pretty basic understanding. I love examples. I personally learn best from examples, and kind of like, what is it called? Just different examples and giving you like real, you know, if I do this, then you do that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just very realistic examples that are easy to follow and easy to understand. And I do my best to do that rather than just reading the definitions. And I'm thinking about doing some kind of beginner introduction to stocks, something like that. Maybe a little beginner course, just kind of free on YouTube or something. I don't know. But we'll see how that goes. Let's see what else we got going on. How was the earnings report for AMC? I haven't been able to dive too deep in it. I did take a look at a few things. I thought I saw a news article or something saying it was better than expected, which realistically anything was going to be better than expected, because they were closed for an entire year essentially, and they didn't expect anything. If you have no expectations, whatever you do is gonna exceed those expectations. So that seems to be the case here. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be good. Yeah, see, Jose says here, I was surprised that AMC's earnings were higher than estimated. Yeah, I mean, remember, I think they said in New York every single show for all the movies was sold out, something like that. So that my opinion, I think that makes a lot of sense. People I mean, think about it. I think there are people who either love the movies or they don't really care about the movies. I'm one of those people who do loves the movies. I always tell the story how my family, we just kind of grew up going to the movies all the time, and I freaking love it. Like, that's what we do. We would go to the movies all the time. So I can't wait to go to the movies. I'm probably going to get that AMC movie pass. And on top of that, remember, there are other things. Like, Marvel said that they're going to save their big movies for theatrical release only. They're not going to release it on Disney+. So, there's a lot of movies that were just pushed back because they're not going to release them on these other platforms. 2020, in my opinion, I think the end of this year and the beginning and next year in total is going to be crazy with movies. A lot of people were holding back and releasing their movies, and now I think a lot of people are going to go. They're going to go watch those movies in the theater. I want to see Maverick in IMAX. It's going to be fire. I'll have to see if I can find like an AMC IMAX, because now I guess AMC is the only theater I'm going to go to. So Vadim, I apologize, he says GME is not a meme stock. It will be a direct competitor to Amazon and will take off and take wow, this is very ambitious. Will take all of Amazon's entertainment gaming console PC sales, it's priced in the squeeze, has not begun. I'm telling you. So this guy's very bullish on the stock. You know, I don't know if they really take over Amazon and everything that they're doing, but you know what? I'm rooting for you, my friend. I'm rooting for you. Put it this way, no one can predict tomorrow. Yes. If anyone, there's no predictions, you know. I mean, I guess you can. Yeah. Well, I apologize. You can predict. I'm wrong. So you can predict, but no one knows for sure. So just be ready. I'm always prepared for the worst case scenario. That mental preparation is huge. So just make sure that you're ready for it. I want to see Kong AMC. Yep, the new Kong and stuff. You got Roblox. Yeah, Roblox was a wild ride today. It's I anticipated this. I did have a limit order at, what was it at? Whatever they originally were opening at. I don't know why it's not down here, but at I think it was at $45. So I originally had a limit order there. Didn't really get filled. I had I bought in, I think at 71. I had a trailing stop loss, or not trailing stop loss. I had a oh my gosh, I forgot the word. I had it sell if it went below my 10% below my initial investment. It dipped, so it kind of or it wasn't 10%. I don't know. I had it around here somewhere, and it just sold out of my position automatically, unfortunately. But I don't like IPOs. I said that in yesterday's video. I just personally don't like it so much. So I decided, I don't know if I'm going to do the IPO. So that's okay. I got to follow my own rules. Sometimes I get too excited, you know. I get hyped up, and that's what happens. And that is what happens. Let's see what else we have going on. Vadim is roaring, getting it in incognito. Man, could you imagine? That'd be wild. Let's see what else we got going on, guys. You know, I did a video comparing AMC to Cinemark. IMAX, you know, here's the thing with Cinemark and IMAX. Let's take a look at their 1 year. Well, I guess everything's 1 year. 1 year is all skewed because of this. You know, I like all these other stocks. I have no problem with it, but comparing IMAX to Cinemark and stuff, you know, and something that's so interesting. Look, right now IMAX is trading at $22 about, right? Cinemark is trading at, what are we at? $24, you know. And for me, here's the deal. I know there's calculations and market cap and all this stuff that goes into it. But for AMC, for you to tell me AMC, the largest theater chain in America or whatever, for you to tell me that they're not a $20 stock is just crazy to me. It's just so crazy to me. I don't understand how someone could say that. I really don't. Do you think the high frequencies... or hedge funds, sorry. Do you think the hedge funds will coordinate another attack on AMC? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I see you say here, because of the mixed feelings about the what is that called? AMC earnings. I think they're going to do it anyways. I think they're going to do it because they're scared, and they're going to try to scare us, and they're going to try to get us to sell out of our positions. So they're going to continue to do crazy moves like this, crazy moves like the GameStop one. But you know what? This is where our mental preparedness comes in. We know what they're going to do. We know their game. We're not going to fall for it, and we're going to be just fine on the other end of it. Hey, thanks so much, Jesse. I appreciate it. Vadim, all right. GME made me a cool $22,000 and still climbing. While AMC kind of made you a dead cat. That's okay. You know, no hard feelings about AMC. AMC is a scared one. You know, especially if you bought in at the height. I understand how you can feel like a bag holder, but I'm telling you, just like how GameStop came back for their people, we're coming back for those you know, $20 people and everyone around there. So, I mean, I feel it. I feel it. Webull or Robinhood. This is Webull, guys. This is version 4.0 for the desktop. I believe I have a link in the description if you want to use it. If not, no worries. If you do use it and deposit $100, you get a free stock. I get a free stock. No, you get 2 free stocks. I got 1 free stock, but not too worried about that. I think it's a great platform. A buddy of mine actually uses, I don't know what the platform is called, but they do use, what is that called? It's pretty similar. It looks pretty similar to this. I mean, man, you get so much stuff whenever it comes to this one, and I love it so much. I was on Robinhood. They screwed everyone over, and unfortunately, as much as I love the platform, I couldn't stay there anymore. But I am very happy that I switched. This platform is so freaking awesome. I'm still kind of getting used to it, but you know what? 'Cause there are a lot more features, a lot more things you can do on it, but I freaking love it. And I'm so glad that I made the switch to this platform. I wasn't sure where to go. I looked at Fidelity because I've had a Fidelity account, but I hate their platform. It sucks. It's so ugly. It doesn't work well. It's just not good. It's not good at all. Buy the dips, people. Yes, Christopher, 100%, my buddy. I'm with you. I'm with you there. Yes, these tax are just another reason. Jose, this is what I've been saying, man. Yes, it's another reason they're trying to mess with us. We're going to mess with them. We're messing with them, which is why they're trying to mess with us. They're not happy about this. They're going to try to take us out. Corican, I bought AMC at $8.90. Was excited about the jump. Should I buy more now that I got dipped to $10 or wait till it dips more? You know, this is always a little tricky for me. Here's my thought process on this. I know, and I do watch a lot of trades, and he'll tell you, oh, look for like a pullback. Usually we'll pull back, sure. But you know what? In my personal opinion, and I know this isn't the may not be the best way to think about it, but I'd rather get in at $10.50 or whatever it is, even $11, and write it up rather than worry about nickeling and diming. Because whenever it's at $50 or whatever it goes to, you know, if you missed it trying to squeeze 2 cents or however many cents out of it, and you know, you just missed out on, you know, 5x gains, you know, 500% gains, you're gonna be like, dang, like why did I care about those pennies, you know? Granted, you know, typically it does retrace. Stocks go up and down like this all day, up and down, up and down. Even when it's going in an upward trend, it's going up and down, up and down. So there's always going to be a way to jump in. But it's never too late. You can jump in. Heck, let's put it this way: you could jump into GameStop at look. You could have jumped in over here earlier today at whatever it was that. Where's my one day? You could have jumped in at $1.72. You know. $1.72, $172. So who knows? And you know, this one did retrace. Maybe you think this is a good opportunity to buy in. You know, if you do anticipate it's going to continue to go up. So that's my opinion. I don't want anybody to get too stuck in the minutia of the perfect buy-in opportunity. You know, it's hard to time. Oh, Jesse, I appreciate the support. I appreciate it so much. Trying to give me some likes. Thank you. Vadim believes that AMC is easily going to be in the 20s. I'm with you 100%. I don't see any version where this is not in the 20s or even the 30s by end of year. I'm more on the $30 font side, but that's cool. AMC is a good buy. Jeffrey, I'm with you 1,000%. So many good reasons to buy into AMC. So many good. I mean, gosh, I can't even list them. I think I've listed them 100 times this stream, so maybe I'll save you guys it one more time. But Vadim, that's an interesting point. You know, he says Trades is kind of biased because he's holding, or he says very biased because he's kind of bag holding AMC. Well, I think he's been averaging kind of up. He's been doing a great job. I mean, I appreciate his coverage. I respect your opinion, but I think I think he's also very bullish on AMC. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, guys. You don't have to be a hedge fund or anybody you don't have to be super smart to just understand the basics. This is called intuitive investing. So think about it logically. You know, what is going to happen to AMC by the end of the year? That's my opinion. I am going to start wrapping up. I'm gonna start heading out. I appreciate everybody being here. I'm gonna look at a few more stocks and then I'm gonna head out of here. But I appreciate everybody being here. If you'd like to like the video, I'd appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, that'll help me out so much. I'm trying to cover all this content, cover all these things, cover the latest news about AMC, GameStop, and other stocks. I guess primarily AMC and GameStop with everything going on, but I'm going to continue to cover all these other stocks. I'm trying to get out a bunch of videos, a bunch of content, so make sure you don't miss it. Guys, don't let DG don't let him troll you guys. All right. Don't let him troll you. He's trying to get in your skin. All right. Let's take a look at. Do you think shorts covered? Native, it's it's possible that they try to cover a little bit today. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the end of the day, do I think that they're still in too deep with the AMC that they'll get out? Absolutely not. Where am I at? Let's do. Actually, if I switch to SS, I'm on here too much. Okay, so as you can see, these numbers did change. Short borrow fee at 6.98. Before it was steadily increasing. It looks like we got to 12. Then it kind of covered a little bit. So now it's down a little bit. Now keep in mind this was going up basically a percentage a day, and it's fine. It's going to continue to go up. These guys are shorting the volume, or the short volume is huge. Like they're trying to make plays. They're trying to scare you. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Let's time. What does time do? Oh shoot! I don't know what I just did. All right. I guess I timed that guy out. Whoops. Just testing something out. So oh, what's going on here? What's going on with Sam? GME is better. Opinions are fine, guys. Let's just keep it respectful. I'm perfectly fine. Here's the deal. If you hate AMC, no problem at all. I'm covering GameStop as well. And we could talk about it. And I'll say respect everybody's opinions. Some people will like the stock, some people won't like the stock, and that's cool. You can try to, Karikin. Maybe I'll do a video on it on calls and puts and stuff and stuff. So we'll take a look. Dip. The whole Ford EV lineup is good right now. I've been seeing a lot of good things about Ford. I'm wondering if they're going to do great. I anticipate they would, and this is another thing that we were talking about QuantumScape earlier with those batteries. I don't know who they're using for their batteries, but these batteries, they last longer. I think they charge faster. They do a lot of good things. Look into if you want to kind of get on an EV stock, one to do your research on is QuantumScape. Remember, they're going to be selling the batteries, and these batteries, I think they go beyond these electric vehicles. Remember, these batteries are smaller and stuff. They can fit in a lot more things. So QuantumScape is a stock I've had my eye on for a long time. For me, it's just a little bit risky right now, and all my money's tied up in AMC. But if I had some money that I wasn't too attached to, I'd probably put it in QuantumScape because I feel like they could have a lot of upside if they come out with that breakthrough that they were successful in their thing. And they're making that. Okay, last few questions, and then I'm gonna head out. Looks like that's a good point. James, with the cost to produce for the Ford, that's a good point. Could be expensive. Roblox. So do I think Roblox is going to reach $85 tomorrow? Hard to say. Hard to say where Roblox is going to go. That's one of the reasons I don't like IPOs. Too volatile. Too volatile for me. I like safe plays, which is why I'm all in AMC essentially. In my eyes, it's just a safe play, just a good bet. There. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there, guys. I do need to log off. I was supposed to log off like 30 minutes ago, but I'm having too much of a good time with you guys. I appreciate everybody being here. If you want to catch more of my stuff, let's talk about these stocks tomorrow. That'd be great. And then we can really we can get it going. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the video, or maybe even subscribing if you want to catch more videos or catch up with me tomorrow. You may want to turn on the notifications so you know when I go live. I've been doing pretty good about going live at 7:30 Central, so be sure to hang out. Get ready. We'll talk about some stocks. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, sir. RBX. man, I really appreciate the support, guys. I appreciate it so much. I had some shirts made. Well, I was supposed to have some shirts made. Everyone, it was a big mess at everything. I'm trying to work on some, possibly some merch or something, but just want to get some stuff so I have a little bit of branding going on. Pretty excited about it. Got the hat. Is it a buy hat? So trying to get some good quality stuff. If I ever get to the point where I want to release some merch or somebody wants merch or something, but I don't want to get ahead of myself here. But I appreciate you all. You guys have a wonderful night, amazing night, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.